Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
I'm a cat now. Hi everyone, some time has passed since the last time, but I'm back for a new video to satisfy you
for the next year and a half.
I'm joking. Today I bring a smaller topic compared to last time, a real incident that brought two enemies to work together as unlikely allies. But why did it happen in the first place? What were the causes and what were the consequences of this episode? I'm here to find out with you. On one side we have the
greatest Korea.
Democratic People Republic of Korea. I don't think I need to introduce North Korea to you. The glorious leader will probably punish you if you knew nothing about them. But still, what was the Dai Hong Dan doing there? The Dai Hong Dan was a North Korean cargo ship. North Korea tends to not trade much at all. Still, North Korea does export minerals, metallurgical products, manufacturers, including armaments, textile, agriculture, and fishery products and imports, petroleum, cooking coal, machinery and equipment, textile and grains. But despite this, it appears that the only trade part of North Korea are China and Suriname. So, considering China borders North Korea and most trade routes are probably going to be by land, it is possible that the ship collected the products from a third party between Suriname and North Korea. However, the ship was not trading cargo from or for North Korea. Rather, the BBC states that the freighter had apparently unloaded its cargo, thought to have been sugar from India. On the other side, we have Somali pirates. Piracy is not a modern phenomenon. Since the dawn of times, as long as humans learn how to sail the waters, pirates exist. In fact, one of the most famous cases of ancient piracy was the kidnapping of Julius Caesar when he was 25. Since 2008, there have been about 1,500 pirate attacks and about 450 only in 2010. In about 8,000 years, the practice never ended. As stated by Alton Pryor in his Modern Piracy, pirates no longer fit the Hollywood image of plundering buccaneers wearing eye patches, carrying parrots on their shoulders, and holding cutlasses in their teeth. Instead, today pirates are a ruthless gang of agile and seagoing robbers who attack ships with assault rifle and anti-tank missile. Modern pirates use mobile phones, portable satellite navigation system, handheld VHF ship-to-ship or shore radios, and mass-produced fiberglass and inflatable dinghies. Modern-day pirates are not only robbers, but some are related to terrorist organizations. This led to the fear of acts of terrorism at sea, sparking the birth of many organizations to control trade routes. Today, pirates cover several areas of concern: the South China Sea, West Africa, South America, on some parts of Brazil, in the Arabian Peninsula, the Philippines, Indonesia, part of the Mediterranean, mostly the Albanian coast, and on scale of importance for what we are talking about, Somalia. Talking about Somalia is a country based in the Horn of Africa. Due to its position in the Indian Ocean, it has been strategic for various empires throughout history, as a port for commercial use. During the 18th century, it became of interest for various colonial powers, becoming target of colonization initially from the British Empire and then from the French and Italians. Following the end of World War II, Somalia went under British administration until 1950, when it became a UN trusteeship, a territory that the UN would assign to a member nation in order to prepare it for independence, under Italian administration until 1960. The country faced many adversities. Quoting as Gopalakrishnan, forgive my pronunciation, Somalia, an introduction. When the country attained independence in 1960, it faced many problems. There was no constitution, and one set of laws applied in the north and another in the south. Records in the south were kept in Italian, while in the north they were in English, and the police, army, teachers, civil servants, and judges were operating in different ways in the regions. These differences in administration, language, and government were part of the problem of integration. The new constitution was written by an Italian, Somali, and United Nations committee and voted in 1961 throughout a public referendum. Between 1960 and 1964, the nation underwent a major integration effort, unifying many systems and managing to give central command to the military and police of the nation, as well as providing a single coin type and a single schooling system. By the effort, the nation suffered a major corruption problem at all levels, which incentivized the people in opposing the system more and more until the 1969 revolution. In 1986, Somalia entered a period of civil war following the failed war in Ethiopia of 1977, which created major instability in the country, leading to a failed coup attempt in 1978. From 1991 until today, the country fell into anarchy, with no government or centralized institution capable of bringing it back together, even with foreign intervention. This led to various local militias and warlords dividing the country and incentivizing illegal activities. Adding to the mix were poachers and external actors using Somalia's water as a no-man land to their illegal activities, such as dumping toxic waste. As Taylor Francis says in their Indian Ocean and Maritime Security, Competition, Cooperation and Threat, fishing vessels from other countries started to poach in the region. In addition, other ships came and started using the unguarded Somali waters as a dumping area for toxic wastes, including radioactive nuclear waste. In some cases, foreign ships even rammed Somali fishing boats to destroy them. Somali fishermen and other citizens appealed for international help to deal with the illegal fishing and dumping, but no action was taken. The damage from this activity devastated Somali fishermen, and it threatened the food supply for the people of the war-torn region. Unable to find remedy to the international community, the local fishermen, after the second phase of the civil war in 2005, took up arms to attack the commercial ships in the region, in an attempt to stop the stealing of fish and the dumping of toxic wastes. As the international community started efforts to put an end to attacks on ships passing through the area, Somali militia joined forces with the fishermen. From that point onward, the Horn of Africa, also known as Somalia, became the breeding ground for what is now known internationally as the Somali piracy problem. This created a social acceptance for piracy in the nation, making it perceived as positive action, and the pirates referring to themselves as Coast Guard. Piracy today has become socially acceptable by such poverty-torn countries as Somalia. There is currently no central government with any authority. Opposing clans and factions are at war with one another, and many Somalis have adopted a culture of lawlessness and crime. The Somali pirates don't claim to be pirates at all. They call themselves Coast Guard. Now that we know the actors and why they were doing what they're doing, it is time to talk about the incident itself. On the 29th of October, the North Korean cargo ship MV Dai Hong Dan had unloaded its cargo in the Somali capital of Mogadishu. 7 pirates disguised as guards boarded the ship during the last operations and seized control of the ship, forcing the crew of 22 to sail into the ocean. They then demanded a ransom of $15,000. On the 13th, the combined Maritime Forces headquarters in Bahrain received a distress signal from the Dai Hong Dan. The nearest ship to the scene was the American destroyer USS E. Williams, at the time deployed in the Joint Global War on Terrorism Strike Group, 60 nautical miles northeast of Mogadishu and 50 nautical miles from the North Korean vessel. The American destroyer sent an helicopter in order to assess the situation and approach the ship, ordering via radio the surrender of the pirates. Seeing the opportunity, the crew revolted against the captor, and a major gunfight was initiated aboard the MV Dai Hong Dan once the crew managed to seize weapons from the pirates, forcing them on the bridge and take control of steering as well as the engineering spaces. Once the pirates had been defeated, the American forces provided the captured pirates and North Korean crew with medical aid for 12 hours. The captured pirates remain on board of the Dai Hong Dan. The incident was not regarded as a major turning point for piracy. In fact, a much larger incident happened in 2008 when Somali pirates managed to assault, board and seize the Ukrainian cargo ship MV Faina. transporting $30 million worth of weaponry, composed of 33 TA-72 MBTs, 150 rocket launchers, 6 AA guns, and various artillery units directed to Kenya. No, the incident did not change history in the way it was handled, but it did spark an unexpected reaction, as stated by Reuters. North Korea offered a rare note of thanks to long time for the United States for helping its sailor fend off an attack by pirates off the coast of Somalia. We feel grateful to the United States for its assistance given for our crewmen, the North Korean official KCNA news agency said in a report late on Thursday. This case serves as a symbol of the DPRK US cooperation in the struggle against terrorism, it says. I truly hope you enjoyed this brief video about a much simpler topic than what I did last time. I do hope and plan to actually be able to be back on the platform, but until I'm not able to keep up with the schedule, I'm not going to make promises and give you false hope. By the way, if you'd like to check out the sources for the video, they are below in the description. I do suggest you the 3 books that I tried to use as source when talking about Somalia and piracy. As Gopalakrishnan, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, I'm really sorry if I'm butchering it, Somalia Interaction, Alton Pryor, Modern Piracy, and Taylor Francis, Indian Ocean and Maritime Security, Competition, Cooperation and Threat. As always, I thank you all for watching all through the end. Bye bye!